this looks really nice. Yes. Oh! That has to be my exclusive Batman 89 mug signed by Kevin Conroy! I did. Kevin! You're back! It's been so long, how's it been, buddy? There's so much I need to tell you about. I have gone through so much these past couple of months. I went on this whole journey of self-realization, discovery, on a very rough period of my life. I think I might even join the Russian mafia, but that's not as important.
Oh my god, man. Those innocent eyes. Disgusting flopping mouth. God, just shut up already.
The worst of it all was that you weren't there, and I'm happy that you are now, and I'm just glad you're back.
Smell like chloroform to you?
Actually, yeah, no.
What?
Yeah,
Help me!
gotcha.
Don't be careful with him.
I will not. He owes me for missing out on the stream.
Oh my fucking god, what does he eat?
I don't know. Legs in first.
Ah, you head.
Legs!
Fine.
God damn it, he doesn't fit.
What is that? I got his. I have his. It's fine. I'll just shove his hand in. Just his arm not being a part of the Bloodborne streams.
I can't believe I came back to this idiot.
I mean, he is our idiot.
Whatever. Thanks for the help, bro.
No problem.
Alright, man, you got a really good streamer, bro.
Yeah, man, yeah. Let's just take this rag with me.
I don't think you should.
What?
I don't just think you shouldn't.
Why?
Just don't smell that thing.
Why? What is this?
Don't smell!
I'm sorry, Kevin. Please don't kill me. I didn't know those figures were not what you wanted. Where the heck is this?
Turn his head.
Well, I admit it looks very nice, but you really have to knock me out, kidnap me, and cover my head with a Walgreens bag? Couldn't you just call me?
What's the fun in that?
Ah, touche. So we're back.
Yeah, I guess we are.
Well, in that case, welcome back, everybody!
Who the fuck are you talking to?
So, we haven't uploaded a video in like 10 months or so.
Has it really been 10 months?
Oh.
Well, I've basically been doing special business since we were deleted off the face of the earth.
I'm guessing I don't want to know what that special business is.
Yep.
Well, as for me, I've had my own wild rides, like sleeping, streaming, eating, yeah, that's about it. But now that we're back, I can finally review the back catalog of films I always wanted us to see.
No, you're not. You already picked like the last 4 videos we actually took a look at.
Have I really?
Bitch, you picked the Santa Claus review, the Mulan review, even the Alien review.
Technically, there's only 3.
Bitch, you want me to keep going?
Alright. Got a point. Then to be fair, I'll let Kevin pick our return film.
And the next one.
Sounds reasonable.
And perhaps the next 20.
That sounds much
Cierra el
more...
hocico. We're gonna review Resident Evil.
Wait, the game?
God, I wish it was the game. No, we're gonna take a look at the 2002 movie Resident Evil.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Released in 2002? Jesus, I'm old. It's based on the famed Capcom horror series of the same name. It was directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, which makes this his second video game to movie adaptation. The first one being Mortal Kombat.
Which we already talked about, wink wink. It stars Mila Jovovich, who took on the role because her brother Marco was a big fan of the games, which I admit is very sweet. Originally though, Gwyneth Paltrow was offered the main role, which is just the oddest bit of potential casting.
In terms of reception, like any other video game movie at the time, it was received very poorly, but it was somehow considered one of the better video game to movie adaptations at the time.
I don't know whether this is a blessing or an omen.
I think it's worse than Nolan.
Oh dear.
As for the source material, I considered it to be my favorite video game franchise. I was hooked when I played Resident Evil 4 on the PlayStation 2, which is still my favorite video game. And ever since then, I've followed the franchise from its highs to its lows. And the franchise is still going strong to this day, as we got the amazing Resident Evil Village and the shitty reboot Welcome to Raccoon City in 2021.
Can't really say I have any connection with this series. I never really played horror games as a kid.
No wonder you're a little bitch.
Nevertheless, I want to give this film a fair shot as a general moviegoer and see how it holds up as an action horror movie.
Alright, let's take a look at the movie that James Cameron considers his guilty pleasure movie on Reddit. Which, I don't know what's worse, the fact that he considered this a guilty pleasure movie or the fact that he's a Redditor.
We start the movie off with a narration talking about the dreaded Umbrella Corporation.
Narration!
The narration continues on, basically talking about how Umbrella is the big bad corporation, kinda like Amazon. The film begins proper with, oh gosh, yep, this definitely came out in the early 2000s. We see a scientist packing samples of a bioweapon known as the T-virus into a suitcase before releasing one in the lab and making his escape, allowing the virus to escape through the air vent and spread throughout the facility.
Hold up a minute. How is that lab not air sealed? Especially when you're dealing with a dangerous virus in there.
Well, I guess they were very desperate for air conditioning.
What? No! You're supposed to keep the place sterilized to avoid outside contamination. That's why he's wearing a suit.
Yes. Now anyway, the system AI tries to stop the contamination of everyone in the facility by killing them. Well, guess that's one way to solve a problem.
That's how I would have solved it.
And this is why you're not in charge of people.
We also get a pretty tense scene where a lady gets her head stuck in an elevator and she's decapitated. Too bad scenes like this are very few in this movie. We cut to an opening eye shot, which is a reference to the opening title screen from the first game. The camera's pulled out to reveal our main character, Alice, which her name is only ever mentioned in the credits. She's naked and confused. Oh, just like me on Wednesday nights.
TMI, dude.
She leaves the showers and wears a red dress, which I think is meant to be a reference to Ada Wong, but it doesn't fit her. She wanders the house, gets cheap jump scared by birds, and gets infiltrated by a commando team. One of them is Michelle Rodriguez, who informed her agent that if anyone was making a Resident Evil movie, she wanted to be a part of it.
Alright, that's actually really cool. The commandos take Alex and a cop named Matt to a secret facility underneath the mansion, going on a train to get to their destination. It doesn't work, so they try to fix it, leading to another jump scare. I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of these.
Oh really? What makes you think that?
Call it a hunch. They reactivate the train, and on their journey, they come across a stowaway who seems to trigger memories for Alice, though sadly, he himself has memory loss.
Oh wow, another character with memory loss. This is basically this movie's cheap excuse to hide stuff from the audience.
Now, I get the impression that the film's trying to pull off an amnesia story like Memento, where we are slowly given more context into both the character and the audience has full picture.
Yeah, but in here it feels more like an afterthought rather than benefiting from it, like Memento. Also, who thought it was a good idea to put that in a Resident Evil movie? I guess because Survivor had a story like that, but who the hell cares about Survivor?
Wait, what Survivor? Once they get out of the train, Alice demands to know why they are here, and the leader of the group explains that they are infiltrating the Hive, which is one of Umbrella's most important facilities. He also explains how both she and the guy's marriage was fake.
Can you just cut to the chase? I hate exposition dumps.
To be fair, you are the one that picked this movie.
The Hive is an Umbrella facility, they conduct experiments here that are most certainly illegal, and the characters can't remember anything because of some nerve gas.
Wow. They breach into the Hive, and they mention the facility's state-of-the-art AI, the Red Queen. No, not that Red Queen, though they're both equally homicidal.
Hey, you're thinking of that shit? I was thinking of Nero's weapon from Devil May Cry. Which, yes, I know the difference, but apparently the movie doesn't. So, congratulations, movie, for relating something I like with something I don't like. They pass by what I like to call the foreshadowing room. You'll see why in a bit. Which we get the iconic laser room scene. I'm pretty sure even those who have not seen this movie know of it. I'll admit, it's a pretty well done, tense scene with fast-paced action. It's even referenced in Resident Evil 4.
Don't they also make constant callbacks to it in the sequels?
Sequels?
Yeah, the sequels that were made after this movie.
Sequels! Go on, Lois. Go on.
Despite the the death of some extras, they make it through and encounter the Red Queen.
They deactivate the Red Queen, leading to the whole facility shutting down, opening the doors, and, you guessed it, releasing the zombies. However, they never call them that once in this movie.
Some of the zombie makeup is very impressive and made for some really cool designs. The group fights the Horde the best they can, though one of them bites Michelle Rodriguez's character, whose name is Rain, by the way. Nothing more to it, just really cool name.
Nothing else to point out at this moment aside from one of the characters dying, but who cares honestly.
Come on, Kevin, what about the action?
It's alright I guess, but it feels very odd for a Resident Evil movie. Because the first game is slow paced with emphasis on horror, which, by the way, the movie has not delivered both.
That's not what bothers me. Really, the only issue is that it comes in very late in the movie. We're about 40 minutes into the film, and now we are getting the zombies, which feels off for an action film like this.
Alice wanders around the facility until she encounters a Cerberus. Great! Finally, a monster from the games! Which, credit where credit is due, the makeup department brought them to life pretty well. Only issue is these mutts kept licking it off during production.
Whoa! Kevin, did you just compliment something in this movie?
Don't think about it too much.
Well, I can't even be scared of them anymore. I just want to pet them.
What? Bitch, no! They're zombie dogs! They'll rip your mom off!
But zombie doggos!
As Alex fights a randomly generated zombie, she realizes that she's a capable fighter, killing a Cerberus Matrix style. Now, I love those movies, but this is ridiculous.
Funny enough, this scene alone took 3 months to coordinate and fully pull off. Matt finds his sister, who has been zombified, and is killed by Alice, which triggers more memories. She talks to Matt, and he reveals his hatred for Umbrella and involvement with the T-Virus.
Which I guess is game accurate, but at this point, I'm stretching it.
Alice and Matt meet up with the rest of the gang, and they are told that the blast doors will seal them in if they don't get out in an hour. As a result, Alice decides to reboot the Red Queen in hopes that she can help. The Red Queen then basically gives an Oxford Dictionary description of what a zombie is: reanimating the dead, feeding off the living, and decapitating them to kill. All the usual criteria of a zombie.
So the Red Queen assists them in escaping via the utility tunnels, where they are ambushed by zombies. I like this location. It's claustrophobic, just like how the original game was structured.
You really like referencing those games, don't you?
Well, yeah, it's a video game to movie adaptation, and for once, I actually know the source material. So A, I will flex that, thank you very much, and B, really shows you how much I haven't played these games.
Hey, I said I'd play them.
Bitch, when? Even the actors were told to play the games before actually filming, and even those that couldn't basically watch others play. So you have no excuse since you basically do nothing all day.
Says you.
These zombies are the worst. They attack one by one instead of attacking as a horde. You know, like how actual zombies behave. And also the fact that they only bite whenever it's convenient to the plot. Like Michelle Rodriguez's character, who, and I'm not joking, has been bitten 3 times now.
Give the zombies credit, they managed to corner the gang after the pipes collapse and are only able to escape because one of them gets left behind and gets the zombies' attention, presumably dying in the process.
Yet this movie makes the stupid decision to show us now that he's alive, removing any sort of surprise. In fact, it just becomes a game of when he will come back.
Oh, that sounds like fun. I think he'll come back at the hour and 15-minute mark.
I think he'll come back at the 1 hour and 20-minute mark.
Wanna bet on it?
You're on. They escape through the vents and arrive back at the labs where Alice gets yet another flashback, revealing that there is a cure for the T-Virus. Well, it's more of an antivirus, but whatever. Alice gets yet another flashback. It's revealed that Alice was the contact for the cop's sister. Oh wow, how shocking. I never would have guessed. Also, the husband character remembers he's the bad guy, so he changes personalities faster than a Twitter user.
Whoa, that's way too many stuff to reveal in one scene.
Also, he's the one that caused the outbreak. This movie really loves its rating. I can't even finish that with a straight face. This movie's rating is absolute garbage.
More specifically, the pacing. The movie will spend large segments dragging certain plot points, then when the big reveal occurs, it slams them all in quick succession. It gives the audience little time to digest them, and more so makes it underwhelming.
Hold on. Here comes my favorite line in the whole movie. Can we get a montage of all the cheesy lines in this movie?
Jumpy.
Bitch isn't standing now. That homicidal bitch killed my team. That homicidal bitch may be our only way out of here.
The ex-husband betrays the whole group and locks them in the room. However, his escape doesn't go exactly as planned. Despite the rough CGI, the design of this creature is freaking amazing. It makes for a memorable final threat to bring into this climax.
Sadly, it's the last monster brought in from the games directly, and while I don't complain about the design, until the monster evolves. I think. Looks more like it evolved into a giant meatball. However, it only plays a major part at the third act of the movie, which pisses me off.
What do you mean? It was built up throughout the movie and is advanced enough from the other zombies that it makes sense to make it the final boss.
First off, that is mostly a lie. The only scenes we ever got of it were of it in the containment and escaping. That's it. I wouldn't blame anyone if they forgot Clint existed.
Clint?
Yeah, that's what they call him on set.
Well, now they made it cute.
I'm gonna call him that from now on because it strangely fits him. So, Clint, while he's not a bad final boss, it ain't no tyrant, that's for sure.
Funny little detail though, the trio only has 20 minutes left on the timer, and there are only 20 minutes left of the movie.
Okay. That's actually really cute. Good job, movie. You get one clap.
Alice needs the passcode in order to open the door. The Red Queen offers to give it to her, but requires that she kills Michelle Rodriguez since she's infected. And with Clint bashing on the door, Alice now has a moral choice.
Is this supposed to be a branching narrative path thing? Because if so, it's really shitty.
A branching path Resident Evil game. That sounds really good.
Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
Is it good?
Play it and find out.
Ah, okay. Alice refuses to kill her and is saved by the hacker who returns at the
1 hour and 17-minute
mark.
Is this a tie?
Seems so.
No! I refuse to lose! Loud! What was the part of the game? Alice injects Michelle Rodriguez with the antivirus and they're attacked by Clint. It kills the hacker guy and scratches Matt on the arm. Michelle Rodriguez finally turns into a zombie. They kill her, she lands on a button, and as fast as it was introduced, Clint dies easily. Rest in peace, my boy. Alice and Matt escape the hive before it closes, carrying the virus samples. Matt's arm starts to mutate before Umbrella scientists come in and take them both away separately, also making a Nemesis reference. Too bad we don't ever get to see it.
Doesn't he come back in the next movie?
Alice wakes up in the hospital semi-naked. Damn, the writers were really horny for her.
They were drunk on the final days of filming, so that could explain it.
Well, the script was already done by then, so it has nothing to do with it. But now I have an image of drunk filmmakers, and that just reminds me of Jason. Alice escapes the hospital by stabbing a needle on the card reader. The fact that that worked. She walks into the streets, witnessing the aftermath of the chaos. She grabs a shotgun from a police car and prepares to face the new nightmare. And that was Resident Evil, and boy was this a mess.
But insanely entertaining. There's no denying this movie is heavily flawed in both pacing and characters, along with not following the story of the game. But man, the cheesy dialogue, over-the-top action, and legitimately impressive creature designs make this a fun movie to watch with friends and make fun of. It's not a great film by any means, but it's not a bad popcorn film to watch if you're bored. 5 out of 10.
But sadly, cheesy dialogue and over-the-top action is really not enough to save this movie. The story and writing are not taking itself seriously enough for it to be scary. The cinematography ranges from decent to jarring. Characters are paper thin, one-dimensional, and completely forgettable. And that's not even mentioning how terrible of an adaptation this is. Aside from Umbrella, some monsters, and I guess story beats and references, it doesn't adapt anything from the games. Not the characters, not the plot of any of the games up to that point, and not even more iconic monsters from their games. It's hard for me to recommend this because it fails as an adaptation of the source material, so it's not for the fans. Also fails as a mindless shooty bang bang zombie movie because of the technical and filmmaking issues.
The bitch ass forgot his rating. 2 out of 10.
Oh well, I guess it makes sense why they rebooted the franchise 20 years later and we just had that big gap of no other theatrically released Resident Evil movies because this movie was just that bad.
Actually, they made more.
Lewis, it was funny when you first said it, but when you repeat the same joke, it kind of loses its humor.
I'm not joking, actually. Despite the critical reception, it was a financial success, allowing it to spawn multiple sequels. But, hey, whoa. You okay, dude?
How many sequels?
One?
Please tell me just 1 or 2. No. 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 No.
Kevin? You realize we have to read the other movies, right?
No! Scene 5? It's crooked again! No!
It's been so long, I missed you, buddy. How's it been? Hi, one.
Oh yeah, that's better.
Alright. I don't know what to consider this, a blessing or an omen.
It's a dog, I can tell you that.